The old stone building at the edge of town had been abandoned for nearly 50 years. Locals whispered of screams echoing from the kitchen, of shadows moving in the windows long after the last candle burned out. But none of that deterred Chef Tom. Tom was a man obsessed, a culinary artist on the edge of genius and madness, known for crafting flavors people swore could raise the dead. When he found the restaurant, Gout Des Morts, rotting beneath ivy and dust, he knew it was meant for him. Tom and his wife Kelly poured their souls into restoring it. She painted the walls, he sharpened the knives. Together they brought it back to life. But from the moment Tom lit the first pilot light, something unseen exhaled from the walls. It started with the cold. Even in the height of summer, the walk-in freezer seemed to breathe, frosting over with a thin sheet of ice, no matter how many times Tom defrosted it. Then came the noises, knocking pipes that didn't connect to anything, whispers behind cupboard doors. Kelly dismissed it all, until the night of the soft opening. Only a few close friends and investors were invited. Tom crafted a 7-course tasting menu, his finest work yet. But one by one, the guests began to change. Their eyes grew glassy, their movements sluggish. They all claimed to taste something divine, a flavor they couldn't describe, as though the food had whispered secrets only they could understand. After dessert, one of them stood and calmly sliced open his own throat with a butter knife. The police called it a mental break. The other guests had no memory of the event. Not even Kelly could recall the blood pooled beneath the dessert cart. Tom was silent for days after. He didn't sleep, he didn't eat, he just cooked. And the more he cooked, the more the kitchen seemed to respond. Flames danced higher. Ingredients stayed fresh long past expiration. He swore he could hear faint laughter in the bubbling of his sauces. One night, Kelly awoke to the smell of something burning. She followed the scent downstairs, barefoot and shivering in the dead of winter. The kitchen was alive with light, though every lamp was off. Tom stood at the stove, stirring a thick, red broth. His eyes were hollow, his face streaked with ash. Around him, the shadows moved like they were watching. "Who are you cooking for?" she asked. Tom didn't look up. "They're hungry," he said. "They come when I cook. They like the marrow, the soft parts." He dipped a ladle into the pot and held it out to her. "Try it," he whispered. She ran. Back upstairs, locking the bedroom door behind her, sobbing until the sun came up. The next morning, Tom acted like nothing had happened. The pot was gone, the kitchen spotless, but Kelly could still smell iron in the air. She begged him to leave, to shut the place down. But he was different now. Something had gotten inside him, something old and starved and clever. He began to speak in strange languages in his sleep, calling out names she didn't recognize. The fridge, once full of fresh meat, now housed jars filled with things that pulsed when touched, shapes that didn't look like anything she'd seen in a butcher shop. Kelly decided to leave. She packed a bag and told him she was visiting her brother, Toby. Tom nodded, kissed her cheek, and said, "Bring him back with you. I'll need more mouths soon." She ran. It was a week before she returned, with the police. But what they found was worse than anything she imagined. The restaurant was gone. Nothing remained but a blackened foundation, like it had been razed by fire centuries ago. No ashes, no bones, just a scorched, hungry silence. Tom was never seen again. But sometimes when the wind is right, passers-by say they can smell something. Meat and smoke, spices and blood. A a scent that makes their stomach growl in ways they've never felt. And if you listen closely, you might hear the clang of pots and pans, the scrape sounds of a knife being sharpened, and the whisper of Chef Tom still cooking, serving courses for the damned. So, if you're ever offered a taste of something too good to be true, remember Chef Tom, and ask yourself, what's really in the stew? Thank you for checking out Sinister Stories for You channel. If you love our spine-chilling tales and terrifying horror stories, don't forget to stab that subscribe button. Murder that bell icon so you never miss a new horror-filled adventure. Your support helps keep the nightmares coming. Please comment below and let us know what kind of twisted, sinister stories you want next.